Check out our smoked brisket with summertime salad. It's time to barbecue like a boss. All right, guys, today we're gonna make a USDA prime brisket with a grilled scallion chimichurri. I always open it up from the back side because I don't want to put a big gash down it. Okay, so when you're trimming a brisket, you have to think about a couple things. One, this is the top side that has the point on it. This has more of the intermuscular marbling. And then down on this side is the flat. This is the leaner cut, okay? And you can see this is some of the hard fat right on top. So common best practice is to cut away from you, especially when you're dealing with this hard fat. And I hold on to that fat and use it for rendering the tallow. Now on this top part, if you cut into the meat slightly, it's not a big deal because like I said, that has some more marbling. So right here, that is very marbled so that can handle the heat. But if you leave too much of this on, you're just going to have to cut it off after you're smoking. Then you're going to waste your rub, and you won't get all that nice smoke flavor on there because you're cutting it off before you serve it to your guests. So that's kind of how I think about brisket. You're going to square up these edges. And then on this flat side, there is some fat and so silver skin down here. I tell people I don't get too crazy with that. If you leave some of that on, most of this is very thin fat. It's going to render out because this brisket's going to cook for 10 to 12 hours. So I just cut the thicker parts, but all this little stuff I leave on the flat part. And then you can see here, this, you want to cut this down to 1/4 inch or so. And again, I try to cut away from myself as much as I can. It's much safer. Okay, now, we're feeling pretty good about that. Then we're going to round this up because any of those sharp edges will just kind of burn on you. So you want to shape it up a little bit. Give it a nice rounded shape here. Today, we're going to keep it super simple. We're going to use a little bit of an oil binder. And this is just to get that rub to stick nice. We're going to start with our Boss Blend seasoning. That's our base coat. Salt, pepper, garlic, adds a nice general flavor. Then we have our Texas rub. There's no sugar in it. It's got salt and black pepper, cayenne pepper, paprika. This is great for brisket, for steaks, for chicken. We're going to use the Thermal Pro Temp Spike, and we're going to put that into the thickest part of the brisket. We want to take it out at 202 degrees. We're going in the Southern Pride Smoker, 250 degrees. It's going to take about 8 hours, and then we're going to wrap it up. So we're going to do a charred onion chimichurri, and we're going to put a little spin on it, and we're going to oil up some scallions and a jalapeno. Put that on the grill. That's going to add a little bit of flavor. Got a few garlic cloves here. Put it towards the end of the cutting board, and then take your knife and smash it down. And then run your knife through it a couple times. After you get it smashed, I tell people you're about 80% there. Some fresh cilantro. A lot of chimichurri is all parsley. I like the cilantro because it gives it a little bit better flavor in my opinion. Then also the parsley, I like to kind of wad it up a little bit. All right, so then we just chop this together. All right, guys, that's our charred scallions. So we're gonna go ahead and chop it up. That's gonna add a great flavor, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of that char flavor to the chimichurri. All right, guys, the jalapeno is grilled up. We're gonna go ahead and scrape the skin off a little bit. Depending on how hot you like it, if you like it hot, leave all the seeds in. Okay, if you don't want it as spicy, take the seeds out. I'm gonna leave the seeds in because I want it spicy. Then you're just gonna run your knife through it. All right, guys, so we have all our dry ingredients in here. Then we're gonna add our red chili flake, our red wine vinegar, our extra virgin olive oil, kosher salt, and black pepper. And then we're gonna mix it all together. All right, guys, for this summertime brisket, we're gonna make a citrus avocado salad. Cherry tomatoes, red onion, orange segments, grapefruit segments, fresh avocado, cilantro, and lime juice. Okay, a little bit of olive oil, nice healthy pinch of salt, a little bit of black pepper. Then we're gonna mix this up together. This is a great summertime barbecue salad, and it's gonna go amazing with our charred scallion chimichurri with our brisket. All right, guys, we hit our mark at 200 degrees. We took the brisket out and let it rest for 2 hours. You can see that beautiful bark from that nice long cook time. This is some of the rendered brisket tallow. See a beautiful smoke ring, super juicy. You can see it's nice and tender. This is so well cooked. When this fat in between those two muscles is melted like that and it's just pure tender right here, that's amazing. All right, guys, that does it for our summertime salad with smoked brisket. The brisket is amazing, and we just wanted to lighten it up. Little chimichurri and some fresh citrus salad. It was delicious. Check it out.